I will never discourage anyone from writing a novel. I think it's one of the most rewarding pursuits that can be pursued by a pursuer. The world becomes just a tiny bit better of a place every time someone's manuscript passes over the length threshold from a novella into a novel. That's right, novels make the world a better place. Novellas, well, they make it a much worse place. All that being said, writing a novel is a massive project to undertake, and if you're undertaking it for the wrong reasons, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. And there are a lot of people who want to write a book. The numbers vary from survey to survey, but I've seen numbers as high as 80% of people want to write a book sometime in their lifetime. But of that 80% of people, most of them will never come close to finishing a novel. And I think part of the reason for that is because they're pursuing writing a novel for the wrong reasons. So today, let's talk about some bad reasons to write a novel. Of course, there's no bad reason to subscribe to my channel, so if you're enjoying this video, why not subscribe now? All right, bad reason number one to write a novel: for financial gain. I'll start out by saying that I have no issue with anyone making an income from their writing. In fact, I fully support it. I mean, I literally support it. I buy a lot of books, so these people get a lot of my money. I would love to get paid to write. My writing is just not good enough for anybody to actually fork over money for. At least not real money. Not even Bitcoin. You can't have thriving artists without financial support, and any author who can make money at their craft deserves every nickel of it. But if you're looking at writing a novel as some kind of path to financial freedom or a form of passive income, then you're likely to be disappointed. Yes, you can self-publish, and yes, there's Amazon and Audible, and you can use AI to throw together a novel, and you can put it up there and potentially get a few sales. But becoming massively financially successful as an author is really hard and quite rare. And the people who achieve it are generally very passionate about their work and have years, if not decades, of writing experience behind them. I think that pursuing being a professional writer, if you're passionate about your writing and you really love the stories you're producing, I think that's an amazing thing. But if you just want to make money, there are so many better avenues to do that rather than publishing books you don't care about. And these ways will often bring more value into the world than another low content, poorly written ebook ever will. If writing is your passion and being able to do it full time is your dream, then that's a great reason to pursue writing a novel. While it's hard to find success, if you're passionate about your work, you'll likely have a more sustainable and lucrative career than somebody who is doing it just purely for the money. Next up, bad reason number two to write a novel: because you watch TV. I have nothing against television or video content. I consume a lot of both. I also produce a fair amount of video content. I don't make value judgments about the sort of media that people like to consume, whether it's movies or TV, novels or manga or scrimshaw. What you like is what you like, and there is no form that is superior to another. But if you are inspired by movies or TV and want to create your own world, so you sit down and write a novel, but you aren't familiar with or an enjoyer of novels, then what exactly are you doing? Selecting a medium to work in is really important. Knowing and understanding a medium is crucial to mastery of that medium. You'll see posts in writing forums occasionally from people who want to be writers and so feel it necessary to read a lot, but then have trouble getting into and interested in novels, and they're looking for advice on what to do. I don't know for sure, but I think a lot of these people are being drawn to novel writing because they consume other forms of media. Now, I can see why this happens. Novels are one of the few forms of storytelling that you can do with just one person. You need to have a whole crew of people and a whole lot of money to produce a TV show or a movie, so it makes sense as a solo creator that you would want to write a novel. Novels have the advantage that you can write them basically for free and you don't need a ton of people or equipment. But if you don't like the medium, what are you doing writing in it? I mean, this is obviously a hard choice to make because if you really like TV shows but don't have the budget to go out and do everything necessary to direct one, then you're kind of stuck. But at the same time, if you spend a bunch of time working in a medium, novels, that you don't know or don't enjoy, you're going to be in just as bad of a spot. If you enjoy novels and you love novels as a medium, then that's a great reason to write them. And lastly, bad reason number 3 to write a novel, because you feel you should. Most people, I think, have no actual idea what they want out of life. They think they do, but they don't actually know. I think I want to have a lot of money. Well, what would you spend it on? I don't know, a boat? You like boats? No, not at all. I can't swim and I get very seasick. We don't know what we want, so we want the things that other people want, or the things that people see as valuable. That's a quote from somebody, I forget who. This gets back to the whole 80% of people want to write a book. So many people have this desire, so few people actually act on it, and most of those who do will never come close to finishing. I think the reason that a lot of people want to write a book is because there's a certain cultural pressure to write a book. Writing a novel has been elevated to this sacred, revered sort of activity. Being able to finish one symbolizes this discipline and this drive, this creative spirit that so many people want to believe they possess. It's like running a marathon, or not eating junk food, or organizing your closet, or meal prepping, or getting in shape. It's this sort of vapid, meaningless goal that I don't know what you would find if you drilled into that 81% of people and asked them deeper questions about why they want to write a novel. My guess is for most people, it's just this passing idea or something that sounds good to them. Now, none of this means that writing a novel is not worth doing. It is an intellectually challenging pursuit unrivaled by many other forms of creative expression. But seriously embarking on writing a novel is not something to be taken lightly, and it's not something you should do without solid reasons. I think that your desire to write should come from a much deeper place. Maybe some books that you read when you were really young. For me, I stayed up late reading Lewis Soccer when I was in 4th grade and was amazed by the way that he wove together different plots and brought stories together. And writing something that captures that same magic has been a goal of mine ever since. I remember reading East of Eden in high school, and my hands were shaking at the emotion involved in it. And whenever my own writing brings out even a sliver of that emotion in the reader, I know I'm grasping at the edges of what Steinbeck was. Those and so many other experiences are what drive my writing practice today. That's where I think your desire should come from, not as a goal that fills some kind of vacuum in your mind, not as something you feel that other people would value or something that would raise you in their estimation. I think at a certain point, answering the question, why do you write, becomes sort of meaningless, and listing out the reasons becomes a little bit difficult. But in spite of that, if you still feel the commitment to write and you still feel the desire to write and you have no doubt that you should write, then I think you're in the right place. Then I think you're pursuing writing a novel for the right reasons. Just like we're in the right place to end this video, because this is the end. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found the advice in it useful. If you want to see more stuff like this, you can check out all my other writing advice related videos and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.